Greetings, music makers. I'm Dr. Cayari, and in this video, we're going to be thinking about video games. How can you make or control music with them? And a term called schizophonic performance. In her book, Playing Along, Digital Games, YouTube, and Virtual Performance, musical anthropologist Kerry Miller wrote about how media and technologies in the early 2000s enabled users to control their musical experiences and learning. Miller highlights how these digital tools allow for immersive, participatory music making and learning, bridging the gap between virtual and physical performance. By engaging with these platforms, users can develop musical skills and connect with broader communities. So let's delve into some of the conundrums she wrote about in her book. The game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas by Rockstar Games follows the playable protagonist named CJ as he navigates a fictional town of San Andreas. One of the game's standout features is its in-game radio system. CJ can switch between various radio stations while driving, each offering different genres like hip-hop, rock, and reggae. These allow players to customize their musical experiences, enhancing the immersive atmosphere of the game. There are hundreds of hours of gameplay footage on YouTube if you're interested in seeing what this experience is like. Miller argues that many players choose to hear through CJ's ears, tuning the radio dial to the hip-hop stations because that's the music their avatar would prefer. New listeners, as well as hip-hop heads, have reported that listening to West Coast gangsta rap while playing San Andreas shaped their interpretation of both the music and the game. Others choose to listen to country or house music to shape their gameplay. Let me say that again. The music helps them shape their gameplay. This immersive technique of game designers has a dramatic impact on players' experiences and gives them autonomy that may help them detach from aspects of their own lives, live in a fantasy vicariously through their avatar, and maybe even learn about the culture the game is trying to emulate. Another way that people can musically play along with video games is through rhythm games like Guitar Hero or Rock Band. I remember the days when I would spend hours doing Dance Dance Revolution on my PS2, and now I've graduated to learning new songs on my Oculus Quest 2 playing Beat Saber, but I digress. Regarding Guitar Hero, Miller writes about how going through a song, if the player messes up, the sound doesn't come out right. There's an audible wrong note notification or absence of sound. Let's take a listen. Hopefully you noticed the sound glitches when the player didn't hit the right notes on their controller. Miller wrote about how this is a great example of a hybrid approach of music learning and music practica, which for our purposes can be translated to amateur music making. And of course, technological determinists are gonna technologically determine, and there are plenty of people screaming that Rock Band was gonna kill the desire for people to learn how to play music. Instead, Miller referred to this phenomenon as schizophonic performance, building on R. Murray Schafer's term for the split between a recorded sound and its source.
This dissociation I call schizophonia, and if I use a word close in sound to schizophrenia, it is because I want very much to suggest to you the same sense of aberration and drama that this word evokes, for the developments of which we are speaking have had profound effects on our lives.
She continued to explain that games like Guitar Hero and Rock Band
dramatize schizophrenia, endorsing the idea of a split between the live and the recorded and inviting people to play at mending that split. To many critics, players' efforts are prefigured as inauthentic, disorienting, and possibly even dangerous.
So I end this video with a question for you. If you're in my class, you'll have a chapter to read and a reflection. But whether you're my student or not, I want to know your opinion. Is playing a game like Guitar Hero or Rock Band making music? What are the dangers and benefits of such games to the state of amateur music making? I look forward to reading your answers, and until next time, keep on making music.